Yeah. Soulful, inspiration, soulful, inspiration, a little education, soulful, inspiration, soulful, inspiration, a little education. You love, learn something, yeah. Uninspired and tired is a bad combination, and I'm sad to say that's a dark situation, but I'm thinking of you, so I'm glad to say I wrote a letter on behalf of how I feel today. 7 a.m. in the morning, ain't been to sleep. It's been a night type long and a rough type week. I'm meditating my life on the whole, pondering the where, when, how, ifs I can gain control. It's like a spin of the wheel or a roll of the die. They say that you can be a winner at the game of life, but I know the house don't play to lose, so you better know the math, how to make the move. See, I'm a student of the study, how to proper pursue a blunt portion of the profits produced, paying my dues. So I follow the lolly and avoid the fools. But this is trial by fire, so you must stay cool. One rule, envy is a powerful tool. Spy and spine all times, everything you do. That way, when the idiot's ear get act cool, you can crack those crabs and continue to move. You know, 7 a.m. in the morning, I'm open up. Long night, ain't been to sleep. I grab my pencil and pad, I'm open. I hope you feel me. Remember back to the slenderest times when we pitched for the pretty penny nickel a dime. Before the world seemed crooked and the gutter was fine. When there was good hood living and a peace of mind. Now that's over. Life will make a grown man sober, head aching, hanging over, feeling funny inside. We never knew the world worked on a bogus design to keep a brother buried deep, broken down and blind. Better still, man, it's ill when you look to find there's a chance to advance, most heads deny. Like a dream and a slice of the proverbial pie. We will remain to reside in the ghetto of pride. Ignorance is pure bliss and these days provide plenty of it to keep a poor man pacified. I try to put him on the business of knowledge applied, but that's a pickle of a deal that's sour inside. But 7 a.m. in the morning, I'm open up. Long night, ain't been to sleep. I grab my pencil and pad, I'm open. I hope you feeling me, man. So many guys that I grew with died, resorted to doing crime and turned doing the time. I can hardly better speak to childhood friends and find every exchange features a fella falling the wayside. That's ill, but then it keeps a brother on field mode, mentally locked and loaded, ready to deal with any form of friction you can fathom the feel. In a world that wheels drama and fires at will, it bust from dawn to dusk and aim to kill. Cause a lot of souls shook and afraid for real. So instead turn their head, tuck tail and chill, in the hopes not to cope, but that's whack. See, you and I are like a different breed, and we bring to the balance such a desperate need. The eagerness to elevate and evolve the scene. A better space, a better time indeed. Sincerely.
Was the voice of a courageous explorer, a man dedicated to the pursuit of man's knowledge and the expansion of his horizons.
Good morning. Here is Nathan Ivey.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Nathan Ivey Show. Currently 7:08 a.m. in the Queen City, and it feels so good to be alive. So good to be with you again. Welcome back to the last honest place in America. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Your morning destination for a very interesting conversation. Broadcasting live from the city of Cincinnati. That's Cincinnati, Ohio, Buster. Get it right. Home of the Bengals. Home of the Reds. Home of the University of Cincinnati Bearcats, the Xavier Musketeers, home of the Riverfront, and much more. Good morning, welcome back. Let's get into it. Numerous things to discuss. Let's start with this is very grisly, and no one is surprised by this. Authorities down in Florida are now reporting that they found the body of a young 2-year-old. And why did they have to put his photograph online? Oh, my gosh. Last night, I'm doing my due diligence, preparing my thoughts, preparing my notes for this morning, and I come across news reports in which they actually had a photograph of the young boy who was dragged underwater. Looks like he might have been drowned by the alligator or the crocodile, prehistoric creatures nonetheless. And I thought, now you're going to exploit this situation even further by putting his face out there. A very handsome young boy. I know his family, his parents are devastated. You don't go to Disneyland for that, man. You kind of prepare yourself like, well, maybe something will happen with one of the rides. You kind of prepare yourself for that. But you don't go to Disney World for that, man. You don't go to any Disney theme park for that. How is Disney going to deal with it? It'll be interesting from like a crisis management, lens to see how the good folks over at Disney deal with that situation. Good morning. Welcome back. My name is Nathan Ivey. The Dems, that's short for Democrats, so folks who are uninitiated. The Dems are promising that they're going to filibuster unless the Republicans come to terms with the fact that we need some change in the laws. We need what people call gun control. And I haven't heard of any ideas that if they were in place right now, it would have prevented what we just saw in Florida. Because that man, as we understand it, he purchased his weapons legally. There's got to be a loophole. There's got to be a gap. Something must be done. Here's what I predict. There'll be a lot of hemming and hawing, a lot of posturing with the cable television pundits, a lot of posturing with folks who really care, and nothing's going to happen at all. Nothing's going to happen. I don't know how many people would have to die at a mass shooting incident for it to wake up the good folks over at the National Rifle Association and all the people that support them. I don't know what it would be. But the Dems filibuster on firearms for nearly 15 hours. That's how serious they are about gun control. Okay, and here's the thing. When you say gun control, most people don't even know what that means. It just seems like it's so complicated. I mean, you're talking about a national registry? Are you talking about, further review before you're allowed to legally purchase your firearm? Oh, no, not further review. That's anti-constitutional, right? That's the game, and that's the hard spot that, a lot of folks who believe in gun control are dealing with. As soon as you try to pass any law whatsoever, the Second Amendment folks, they run down from the hills because, they live up in the hills. And they play in the hills, the militia. What are you doing this weekend, these weekend warriors? I'm training. You're training? Yeah, I'm training for the race war, for World War III. Oh, okay. All right, see you later, Bob. Let me go to my favorite part of the show, which is greetings and salutations. I like to say what's up to the folks who are in the chat room first. And first this morning was none other than Tiffany. How you doing, Tiffany? Good morning. And I'm glad you made it in. Good morning, Tonika. How are you doing? Good morning. And good morning, Angela. Good to see you. Many things to discuss. I want to talk about everything. In the city of Cincinnati, just last night, I was watching some of City Cable. If you go to the city's website, they do a pretty good job of archiving city council meeting notes, agenda items. I mean, not everything's going to be there, but then you can watch the video. I wish that they would update the player because on my computer screen, whenever I pause it, I damn near have to refresh it and start all over again. I mean, come on, city. But it gives you an inside look as to what's going on. I watched some of the meetings yesterday, including the city managers or the city manager's department presentation about, his reasons for and some of the preliminary findings of his investigation. Okay, into MSD. And I want to talk about what they talked about. It's very interesting. We must discuss this morning. Welcome back. Today is Thursday, June 16th, 2016, currently 7:14 a.m. in the Queen City. Nate Ivey with you. Also, we are several days removed from the big black agenda meeting, and that's how I refer to it. The big black agenda meeting. This city needs a big black agenda. We do. That's exactly what Cincinnati needs, a big black agenda. And now we're in the process of working on it. Dwight Tillery and his folks. I mean, if you were in the House, Michael Eric Dyson, did he set the stage right? Did he ignite everybody's passions and get that fuel burning inside of you, or is there something else to it? Michael Eric Dyson? And again, I was not in the committee meetings, and you can say whatever you want to say about that. But where's the money conversation coming from? Because it's going to take money to make any of those plans, happen. But hey, maybe first we come up with a plan, and then, we connect with the big money people, all right, the folks that can open the purse strings here locally, whether that's for profit or nonprofit. That'll be down the road, I'm sure. But I want to discuss with you this morning nonetheless. Also, there's a really interesting article in, I believe it's in City Beat. They've revamped their website. It's okay. I like it. It's cool. It's what you want to do. But anyway, there's a very interesting article about whether the tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in terms of tax incentives that the city gives away. I'm talking about Cincinnati. And I would imagine that there's other cities around the nation that the city, they have these incentive programs, whether it be tax incentives or some kind of abatement or some kind of for the property taxes, something to that degree. So the question is it worth it? So the city gives up all this potential revenue or taxes that they could take in as income so they can entice people like GE and other folks to come to our downtown, to come to our city. But is it worth it? Because they'll bring jobs and many other things. But the big question is it worth it? Some folks in local media did somewhat of an analysis, and I want to talk about it because there's some folks who believe that the money or anything, any kind of incentives, it should be funneled through more community-oriented institutions and organizations. And that way it's more likely to reach the people and also is more likely to come in the form in which the people want it. I don't know what's going to go on with our downtown. Like 10 years from now, I think Cincinnati's on the come up, quite honestly. But we've got competition, and it's right across the river. They're building a Ferris wheel. Now, if Northern Kentucky is building a Ferris wheel, we've got to build a pyramid. That's right. You're hearing it here first. We need a pyramid downtown. And I think a pyramid beats a Ferris wheel any damn day. Any damn day. I'll take a pyramid over a Ferris wheel. Quickly, somebody in the chop shop, tell me who created the Ferris wheel. Okay? And if his last name is Ferris, that's just too easy. So if Northern Kentucky is building a Ferris wheel, we got to trump them. No pun intended. That man's been acting a damn fool lately. But we've got to trump Northern Kentucky and build a pyramid. And it could be like a pyramid hotel or something. Don't they have something like that in Las Vegas already? And then listen, Ferris wheel? Nah. Who needs a Ferris wheel when you've got the safety and the sanctity and the comfort of a pyramid? I'm telling you, if it was great for the ancient Egyptians, it should be good for us. It should be good for us. And just look at how the pyramids on the Giza Strip have I hope I'm not saying that wrong, but in Egypt have withstood the test of time. I mean, they're still standing. That's what I think we should do to one up the developers over in Northern Kentucky. But what do you think? What do you think? Just yesterday, I got a chance to watch more of the victims, the videos of victims, and I mean, it's just terrible. Just terrible. I saw one video in which a man said that literally there were bodies everywhere. Bodies everywhere, folks. That's like some kind of movie. And a scary movie. Which my wife doesn't like. She just won't watch scary movies. I'm like, wait a minute. We're married. Part of being married is we watch scary movies and you snuggle up on my big beefy arms and biceps and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's how that works. But she won't do it. That's a sidebar. I don't watch scary movies. I'm going to have nightmares. Nightmares? You're a grown woman. But what are we going to do? That's like a scary movie. I mean, can you imagine you're going out for a night full of fun. You're having a good time.